Hey everyone, this is Mando 23 again, or I should mention again, or Mando Bill, whatever you want to call it, it's fine, my friends. It's fine. I'm glad to back to the podcast thing. I still have not a name. As a matter of fact, that's a shame. But I will be like, I don't know, the sixth, seventh episode of this. I'm sorry about it. You misunderstand that word, but I didn't mean to do it. But let's get down to business. What we have right here in this precise moment is a lot of sports. Obviously, we cannot talk about 1 hour, 2 hours because it's not gonna happen. Not for now. But what certainly is gonna happen, you're gonna discuss just a little about the NFL, about the Tom Brady issue, about the NBA, who just is just kicked off a couple of days from now, over this week. As a matter of fact, MLS. This Zlatan did it again, so we're going to kind of dig into that part. And also, not less important, what is really happening right here at the Liga MX with Veracruz, with Tigres, and all that stuff. We're going to dig in. So, get ready for this. Well, first thing is first. I think about the NFL and all that stuff that's just going around the environment, about Tom Brady. It makes me sick. And I'll tell you why. I'm not a fan of the Patriots. I'm not a fan probably of that Bill Belichick. They have accomplished a lot of things, yes. But in the recent times. I know it could sound weird. It could sound like, oh, what the hell you're talking about? Hey, don't get me wrong about this. They really are winners. They really are champions. Yes, I get that part. What I don't get is why we just get into the life of a person. That's something I cannot share about that. People, you let me know what is right or wrong to this. After all, this is an opinion that I'm just kind of expressing by now. We can disagree or we can agree on this point, which I'm going to mention right now. Tom Brady, well, is a great athlete. Great athletes, they have an expiration date. But it happens to everyone in this life. When you're in the job, you think, I'm going to be here forever. But it turns out that maybe you're not going to last for 10 years. Because, I don't know, someone up there above of that level or they just decide, hey, this guy is just, take it away. It's not at the prime. It's not giving me what I need to at this time. So, yeah, it's pretty unfair. I know, but let's face it. Time is for everybody. Even we are so talented, we are skillful, we are gonna diminish that talent, and it's for everyone. Like I mentioned right away before to get to this part. Tom Brady, he could play maybe until 60 years old, 70. I don't know. It's not my life. It's not my problem by now, but. Maybe, perhaps, if we just keep saying this word. You don't have to retire, Tom. You don't have to enjoy your life. You don't have to just be around the Patriots for so long. But hey, can we ask him, or can he respond until his own means, or until his own words? I've been hearing a lot of whispers, and I mean it, a lot of news and a lot of things that he would play around, 5 years from now. He might go to 49ers. He might go to somewhere. Hey, let the man talk. Let the man just do whatever he wants. And then we will face it. If the Patriots, they have to just move on to the dynasty of someone else. They have not been unable just to pick a real cornerback after Tom Brady. You can name it. Garoppolo went to 49ers. He has a big contract, which obviously has not given enough results. Why? Because he's not Tom Brady. That's something very logical. And then you might pick someone or anybody, any quarterback you can name out of the system. But then it's not Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady has been forever now there, 20 years. So if we're going to be unfair, if we're going to be political or kind of moral standards, well, I don't know what else to say. It's kind of pointless just talking about and try to justify a man, a 42-year man, who's playing something that he's still fueled by playing. Playing football is not for everyone. I'm gonna share a little story, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and then we kind of continue to the next topic. I used to play football. I was a terrible player, and obviously I cry on my ass. I cry. I'm sorry if I'm expressing like this, but I cry like a little baby because I didn't like it. I wasn't even though I didn't like it, play it. I didn't like training. I was not fueled. I did not feel the passion. So now, what I see in Tom from distance, because I have not the privilege to meet him personally, I don't have it. I wish I could have that privilege, but he has to steal that passion, that fire in the belly, to get trained, to wake up in the mornings and say, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the best. So against that, you cannot compete. Where we can really compete is just try to let him do and enjoy his own life. And that's the first thing I want to just address right here in this show. The 23 experience. Oh, now we have a name. It's Provençal. So anything you have to mention and you want to talk about this, I'm open. I'm open to this. This is gonna be your show. We're gonna discuss everything you want and let me know. But for now, about the NBA. And this kind of it's kind of a related topic since we just kind of left Tom Brady, since we left New England, and now we're going back to LA. And why is this? Because it's simple. Now that LeBron James is getting older and older, there's a lot of questions around him. Like, why we're still kind of a stubborn, and we just cannot face the reality of this. He's a grown-on man. He's just doing his job. That's what he's doing. I don't know. I mean, he just plays around. He's just a phenomenal player. But then, for some reason, he didn't perform. But it's so bad. So the shadow of MJ it's always going to be around him. I know. That's something he is always going to deal with him. And maybe he just chooses that part, and he will not really get out of the system. But either it are, apples or bananas, as I will call this. But now the NBA has a different landscape. It does. Like every single decade has something different. We cannot live at the same time. We cannot live forever in the same level of what is the word? I don't know, but I will figure out. What I want to say right here is the 80s have Johnson, Bird, and then the 90s had Pippen and all that stuff, Jordan. But now we have to just embrace the players that they're just struggling. They are dealing with all the issues around the league, around the activism that they might have or not. But in terms of a spectacular or even the show business, I'm grateful for that. I'm glad that just the NBA come back. We need that. 5 against 5, and then your pick and roll and all that little plays that make a difference to get into the playoffs. From my standpoint, what I see right now is not the Warriors who is going to be around. Maybe they're going to. There's a lot of questions around that team that they call it the next dynasty, the next powerful team that are around for many years from now, or at least for the 5 years and beyond. But now without Kevin Durant, without Klay Thompson, everything maybe is done. We don't know. It's almost has we have just three games on the schedule. There's plenty of time just to feel that something is going to happen. My favorite team to get a championship, I don't have it. You might say, "What? It's ridiculous. I don't have it." I do, but you know what? I should say nobody, because I would kind of tend to just be a radical fanatico or something for you guys. So I don't want to be in that discussion. I don't want to be like, oh man, this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. This so silly. Maybe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to apologize for my ignorance, because probably the NBA is not one of my biggest sports that I kind of follow every single day on a daily basis. But I do know something. This basketball of November and December has something special. But wait for it. And maybe on, I don't know, March, April, you will have a quality basketball forever. That's when the real teams that just got into real fight and they give the best of what they can. But for now, I just want to wrap it up, and then we're going to, discuss other things. But the learning thing, or maybe what we should learn about the NBA right now, this 2019-2020 season, maybe the Warriors are going to be out there in the finals. Maybe the Knicks. I don't know. It's everything that happened by now. There's a lot of, guys, young, talented guys out there. The Greek Freak, for instance. I don't know, maybe Rockets, who has been a true fighter out there, but all the season, but then in the playoffs they just kind of struggle. So maybe they're gonna be around that. So maybe that, and maybe we don't know. Maybe Cleveland, maybe Boston, the Celtics are gonna be around. So stay tuned. The NBA has just begun. So watch it, enjoy it, and just make a hoop. That's what it is. And now we have something that I want to. There's, I'm not gonna walk away just like that. It was just a little break from the other topics that we just have already about the NBA, about the NFL. I was just last night was a kind of weird night, and I'm not gonna get into deep what I was doing or not. Yeah, but I was just playing soccer or football or football. I don't know. That's the kind of word you wanna speak it out. But I got my attention. Some kind of game brought my attention. That's what I want to say. I don't see the MLS games. I really don't. But I have to admit, the league itself has been doing a terrific job in terms of attracting all of this huge names, the talent they had over the rosters. And one of the things I kind of got really my attention, as I mentioned before, it was a Clasico, or the traffic Clasico, which was the Galaxy against the LAFC, or in instance Los Angeles Football Club, whatever you would. That's kind of what it stands for. Against, but it's not about those clubs anymore, because all the course of the season was Bella against Zlatan against Bella, and then Zlatan just punches out and says, "Oh, I made famous this guy, little the Mexican guy," and then kind of Bella responds, not with words, not with a kind of bullying. We know all the past of Zlatan over his course of his career. He has been amazing, a terrific player, a winner. But what he hasn't done, I guess, is control Zlatan. One thing is Zlatan, one thing is Ibrahimovic, which is the same person, yes, but there is a kind of extra persona down there that it goes nuts. Do you remember the time that he mentioned that Guardiola, that legendary coach, which still at the time is at the Man City, that he was not enough man to put him on the pitch? It's like, man, come on, just do your job. I mean, he believes in you, and then you just kind of put all this pressure on him because you don't like the Messi thing, you don't like that. I get it, but you knew the conditions at the time that he was in Barcelona. What, his agent he didn't tell about that? Come on, it has to be so immature. But anyway, coming back to LA, if you're wondering who won that match, it was Bella. They can never beat the Galaxy over this time that Bella and Ibrahimovic were there. But now there's always going to be a first time, right? So it happened. And to me, it's something that all this philosophy of sports, or even the, living in the sports life, or whatever you want to call it, it sounds really amazing, because you have challenges, you have the opportunities that just kind of redeem yourself. That's what's happened last night. And I gotta tell you something. I know deep down, not because Bella is a Mexican, I'm a Mexican, but I think that the club is ready to just lift a championship. It does. It makes me feel. It makes me think they're just willing to just play the finals, which are gonna play against Atlanta, who is the champion, the current champion of the MLS Cup. But then let's see how it goes. I believe that they have a wonderful team. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of courage out there, and also, even they have a lot of experience on the pitch. They have it off the pitch with the manager Bob Bradley. So I think if you put down all the pieces together, right there, you have a great result, which is, well, they're going to be finalists. They are. And they just one step ahead just to, is a kind of first-year franchise. It has never happened, that thing. Or if it did, or if it's going to happen by now, well, we're going to witness that part. But what was the real topic right here is the Bella and Zlatan rivalry. It is so boring now, but at the same time, it's so tricky to understand who is this guy. Someday maybe someday we will wonder, or we might get that part of wondering why Zlatan is always keep saying what he says. I don't know, but after that game, that he just kind of do some kind of gestures to the fans out there. Well, I don't cheer. I don't chant for that. That's something that I'm not against that. It's like a Bible. There's something just making fun of someone. Come on. But maybe he will retire someday in a couple of years from now. But I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about his legacy. But I'm not the one who's gonna, carry on with that. I'm not responsible of his own decisions, because I'm not. What I do think about this is like how many things you have to live and how many things you have to really earn to just make this kind of attitudes. Well, it's something I'm not gonna ask you people to just kind of solve these problems, because we're not gonna solve it. Definitely not. But we can solve something about this. Maybe Bella at the MLS, he finds his own spot, and his freedom, his everything, and that's good. That's good enough. So I wish Bella the best, and Zlatan also the best, because he's a great athlete. He's not gonna retire for now. There are kind of rumors out around him that he's gonna go to Italy with Napoli with former coach Ancelotti, or he might go somewhere else. But if he goes, he might succeed. He always been a true champion, so we wish both of them, Bella and Zlatan, the best. And for now, we're just gonna wrap it up. We'll continue about this, and we'll continue about talking about sports, about the World Series, and lastly, not less important, about the Liga MX. That, well, certainly they have some kind of things to mention about. But for now, the World Series. I just brought out something around Wednesday that it seems to me like, or Monday, I don't remember about that. But what I can remember about what I just posted a video about the World Series, it seems to me like the Astros kind of lose the way, kind of lose the punch, kind of lose the focus, and it really concerns me. They kind of show dominant against the Yankees, my New York Yankees. You could believe that? I don't think so. I still cannot believe it that the Yankees just blow up the opportunity of the decade. But that's something I want to discuss. I'm still hurt. I am. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna cry right here, I'm gonna cry for you. But I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay professional. That's the way of the show. That's how we're gonna roll. But now with the Nationals, it seems like, hey, we have a couple of rest days for now, and then we're just gonna crush you, and they did. They're gonna 2-0 down up in the series. So it kind of makes me feel that maybe the Nationals will take the lead. They have it, but maybe they're gonna take the all way home to DC, and the Astros would just say, okay, now what? Verlander is not. It didn't throw well. Cole, with almost 110 pitches, he's out of gas. And Agent Hinch is still kind of reluctant to just go get him the ball and call out the bullpen. He didn't until, I don't know, they were just kind of a disadvantage. But maybe it's one of the, kind of a longest distance series. If you want to kind of dig in on that part between Houston and Washington. Well, that's another thing. It's a geographic situation. But in terms of baseball, what I can see, what I believe what is going to happen, maybe the Nationals, they will take the lead in home again. Maybe the Astros will win the next game. But, yeah, maybe the Nationals are strong enough to just make that step because they're just a dominant team. They don't let you do the stuff that they're supposed to do, which is hit, which is run. And, for instance, they do what the rivals is not able to do, which is hit, and the right time, the clutch time, they pitch where they have to pitch, and obviously they win the games that it really matters. So I'm not angry about that thing that happened against the Yankees. The Yankees have to just focus on other stuff. They're not in the competition anymore. Too sad, but that's the way it goes. And maybe the Nationals are those teams that you might see as an underdog. Maybe also the Astros, but, well, the Astros won the championship 2 years ago. But still, we have just to look forward, kind of enjoy the baseball, because we're not going to have it for the next couple of months. So we have to enjoy it. We have just to look for every single detail down there this series. And, well, good luck for everyone. So, Nationals, hey, hoorah. I didn't sound excited, but, hey, it's not my team, but at least for now. So, let's see how it goes. And we're just coming to the last topic on this show, the 23 experience, or as you might call it, some podcasts that I want to listen for now. I'm just kidding. We're going to just kind of do our best effort. I'm going to do it. Personally, I'm going to do that for you guys. I don't know. I still haven't decided many things for now, but hey, we're just going to have fun. Let it go. Let it flow, as all the rappers might say, or as Kanye will say, I'm bigger and stronger. Well, it didn't sound good. I'm trying my best. But hey, lastly, last week, I kind of saw a game from the Liga MX here in Mexico, Tigres against Veracruz. It was one of the creepiest and the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. And I'm going to say once and for all, no, it was not the 3 minutes. Even in the NFL, they have 2 minutes. They could just last 2 minutes instead of 3 or 1. I don't know. No, they decided to do it the wrong way. But here's the thing. And I'm not going to dig in too much about this because everything has mentioned. Everything is kind of full about this topic. I think the biggest problem right here in Mexico is not about the players. It's not about the talent. It's about the union of players that maybe can represent itself. But we don't want to do something about that. And I'm talking about not the players around. It's just all the professionals that we might belong to some industry. But the only part that really hurts me is about the professional athlete here in Mexico, that he doesn't have enough rights. Maybe because he doesn't deserve it. Maybe because some kind of people believe that they're not willing to do it, or just because I don't want to do it. As simple as that, because I have the power. And I understand that part. It's all about business. It's all about business. And trust me on this one. If there was not any business, there would not be any profits. If there were not any profits, there would not be any shares. And I can going on about business terms, which I'm not gonna kind of explain this because I'm not. But if I may, I will do it. And I'm gonna make a pause. Of course not. I'm not gonna make a pause for you. But yeah, everyone, it was starting just kind of hitting the punches, the Tigres, to anybody who was responsible not doing that part. But I just want to make you a question, and if you kind of listen to this, I want a clear answer. I don't want to. I'm sorry if this is what I'm gonna say. I don't want to bullshit from you guys. I don't want that. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to do my best. I'm professional. I am. But if this is something it really hurts me, is people lying. I'm not lying out here. I'm just kind of expressing my own opinion for this. And it's always a fear that I have. I did have fear talking about this, but not now. And the only reason why is because I'm not saying nothing that it hasn't said before, or even that we are just it is a guilty pleasure that the pro athletes here in Mexico, they don't have enough support, which they don't have it. So I think the only solution to this is not that I keep talking. Maybe I just kind of make a consciousness to all this people, or somebody who is going to listen to this. This is my only purpose, which is, if you want to do something greater in life, we have to fight for it. You cannot just stand by and say that, we are doing the best, but maybe we're not doing enough. I do have flaws. Yes, I do. But in this case, which the players have not been paid for around 8 months or whatever it is, this thing could happen anywhere on the planet. Maybe because we are in Mexico, maybe because we are so passionate about the soccer. This is the only reason that happens, this kind of things. But then when is the time the real is gonna stop all this massacre? When? If not, let me know, because I'm just hoping down there in email, kind of making all the person who was just trying to make a reply to me and say, hey, this is going to be what is going to happen. This is the action plan to just, I don't know, 5-10 years. And any player is not going to be involved in this situation. But I know it's not going to happen. It's just literally something that it might not happen. It's just down there here in my head. It's just an imagination. Who knows? But for now, what I know is that we're going to close the show by now, and just saying thanks again. I'm grateful for being around here. Stay tuned. As long as I have the energy which I have, enough to just entertain all the people. Stay tuned. Follow me on all my social media, YouTube, whatever you want. I'm always open to you guys. I don't want to hype for anybody and nothing about related to sports. We can disagree, we can agree. But what I don't believe is, if you don't want to talk about to me or discuss, that's fine. But honestly, life is always getting together and try to surround the best of the best. So thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Thank you.